Tom, I'd like to sort of cut to the chase a bit now. I mean, you know, you're also a filmmaker, you make documentaries, and the last one that you've produced, Where Have All the Fish Gone, subtitled, it's about the Mekong, all the dam projects, isn't it? Can you just, I know it's a very complex issue involving a lot of Mekong countries that have plans to build all these dams. Could you sort of summarize what the situation is for us, Tom?
The current situation is the first dam which has been nominated on the lower Mekong, that's beyond Chinese waters, starting from the point of the Golden Triangle. This dam is known as the Sa-Buri Dam. The Lao government proposed it they are required to notify the neighbouring countries, so they notified the Mekong River Commission that they want to build a Sa-Buri Dam. And there's been an intense period of consultation and debate, in Cambodia and Vietnam have overwhelmingly said both the civilian population, I mean all the villagers living all along the Mekong in Cambodia, in Vietnam, they've attended meetings organized by the MRC, the Mekong River Commission. They're opposed to the dams. The government has mirrored and echoed that position. We are completely opposed to any dam for 10 years because we need further scientific studies to see the impacts on the environment, on fisheries, etc., etc., etc. Cambodia takes the same view. In Laos, no consultation was ever held with their own people. The government just said, we want a dam, it's good for the poor people, we want to sell electricity so that we will generate lots of foreign exchange, so that it will lift the economic status of Laos and the poor people will benefit highly. This is actually disputed by a great many economists, sociologists and everybody else that knows the record of the Lao government, because they're already generate lots of electricity. They're already selling electricity to Thailand, and there is no obvious result that poor people are benefiting to any great degree. The budget for education or the budget for health in Laos is miserable, and they already have enough money coming in. If they really wanted to do it, that they could already demonstrate. So that's not a credible argument. Now, the role of Thailand is that the dam builder for this first all-important project is called CH Karn in Bangkok. It's the third largest construction company in Thailand. And this company has absolutely ignored the opposition of the two of Cambodia and Vietnam to the project. And therefore, there is no approval from the Mekong River Commission for this dam, which should be a reason both for Chiang to halt construction and not to do any more so-called preliminary construction. And at the same time, the four biggest Thai banks who are financing the dam should not be allowing any money to go to Chiang at this stage, saying, well, hold on a minute, because this dam is very controversial, and until the Mekong River Commission have a general consensus about building the dam, we might lose all the money. Actually, there's some doubt about, some question marks about their economic judgment, their financial judgment. So now then, that's the general picture. The situation is within the last few weeks, there have been 2 inspections of the dam site. One was unofficial by NGOs, and the other one was an official one that, under some diplomatic pressure, the Lao government said, okay, come up and see the dam site. And the picture is that they have already started very significant degree of construction, including blocking a part of the river, but it takes several years before you're ready to actually put the huge dam structure itself in place. So you can be building a dam for years and pretend that this is just preparatory work. This is what the Lao government says. We're not really building the dam, we're just preparing. to build the dam. But what they've done is they've already got, they've got all these cranes and trucks, and they've already deepened the banks of the river. They've dredged part of the river. So in other words, this can already have an impact on the fish in the river. So those impacts, the Mekong River Commission's expert report has already said quite clearly that we have to judge the impacts of dam construction from the very moment of the preparatory work, and not the kind of, when it's nearly finished. So where we're at the moment is Chiang is trying to steam ahead and says that the dam is absolutely on course. There's no delay in building the dam. The Lao government says, well, we haven't really taken a decision yet, but we don't believe them. And Cambodia and Vietnam, these two governments are very, very concerned, and they are supposed to be sending a joint communique to the Lao government, to the Thai government, and to Chiang for the first time ever, warning them to stop and insisting that they halt the dam.
So that's what's on the go at the moment?
Yes. So in other words, it's a very hot issue right now.
And where do the Chinese stand with this? Because they've already built this, one of the biggest
China
dams
has
in the
four
world.
dams on further up, that what we call the Upper Mekong. This is a part of the river which belongs to China, and China is not a member of the Mekong River Commission, so China's attitude, China's position is a unilateral one. There is no negotiation about their dams.
So how many dams are planned in the lower Mekong region?
11.
11, and how many have been constructed?
No dams are being constructed in the lower Mekong. The Sangdee will be number one.
What's the prognosis? If 11 dams are built, what becomes of the fish ecology? What becomes of the people living along the beach?
The projection by the World Fish Center in Phnom Penh and a scientific report commissioned by the Mekong River Commission, which is known as the Strategic Environment Assessment, estimates that a minimum of 40% of all the fish in the Mekong will die out within a few years once 11 dams are in place.
And how many?
And 40%. We are talking about a river which is the number one river in the world for fisheries. It's even in terms of the total value of fisheries in the Mekong and its importance to the surrounding population, which is, the Mekong River Commission says 65 million people are in one way or another dependent on fisheries from the Mekong. So, and the economic value is hard to put a precise figure, but again, the fisheries experts say that the minimum value of such vast fisheries is in excess of $3 billion. Now imagine, the biggest threat of these dams, apart from the environment, apart from killing off the Irrawaddy dolphin, apart from exterminating all kinds of biodiversity, it would seriously attack food security. And I don't know any of the governments of the Mekong River Commission who have a plan up their sleeve to provide alternative sustenance and nutrition in the absence of fish. The fact is, they haven't even thought about it.
So hopefully this documentary that you've come out with is getting some attention. Where have all the fish gone? Killing the Mekong dam by dam. This is the DVD. So do you still have some hope in yourself that at least 11 dams will not be constructed, that some of them will be stopped at least? I assume that you won't believe that they will all be stopped, which I guess you'd like to see.
Well, I think that the Sangdee Dam is a kind of the struggle over this is so intense that if this dam can be stopped, the other dams can be stopped. And if this dam can't be stopped, this is the battle. This is not just a battle. This is all. This is not one battle.
The whole plan,
yes,
really.
because The problem is the same arguments will come up each time. And if they win the battle to go ahead with the Salisbury Dam, it will be much easier. If you remember in the film, the specialist from Sydney University in Australia says, you know, if you give approval for Salisbury Dam, it will open the floodgates.
Right,
and all those dam projects will start to steam ahead.